Hey guys, welcome back to the Bruce Williams channel. In this video, I'm going to showcase the new release from Oris, the PPX Caliber 400, the ProPilot 10, done in 39 millimeters in titanium. This will have a titanium case in both a brush and matte finish, depending on the area of the case that you're looking at. We have a titanium bracelet with a spring-loaded clasp. The bracelet will have full articulation with the links and screw pin connectors connecting these angular links together. Now we also have a titanium turbine textured bezel, and that motif is also found on the reverse of the watch around the exhibition case back as well. And then if you look at the crown, the protected crown at the 3 o'clock position, you'll also see the same texture. So I think it's a great design that's very angular, very linear. We have angular lugs, we have angular crown guards, angular end links, the clasp, and even the handset on the dial. If we go in on a macro level, you guys can see this is angular with a brush finish going north to south on this handset. Another detail that I think is just nice repetition of form is your double 12. Notice how there's a little angular gap in the printing of that double marker and how that translates to the angular nature of the design of the case and specifically the links on the bracelet. Now this thing wears very nice. It's 39 millimeters, which might sound small, but it doesn't wear small. I would say this wears more like a 40 millimeter, and my wrists are 7.25 inches in reference, so you guys can see visually how this wears on my wrist. I really like the dimensions. This is more comfortable and more palatable, I think, for a wider range of wrists than the previous ProPilot with the 10-day skeletonized in-house movement that I was a big fan of, that was released a couple years ago. But this one I think is easier to wear on a daily basis. And with the in-house movement, with the different components and features that we'll go over here in just a minute, I think this would make a great daily wear watch. We have 100 meters of water resistance. We have a texturized dial that almost resembles, to me, the orange peel. If you look at a piece of fruit, an orange, it's similar but not quite the same. I think that's the closest analogy that comes to my mind. We have painted markers, we have a date at the 6 o'clock, and all the details of the well laid out dial are visible under a domed sapphire crystal. It's actually a double domed crystal with dual application of anti-reflective treatment. So it's actually, I think, a little bit nicer than most Oris models that I've reviewed previously when it comes to minimizing reflections, but still also keeping the light play and enhancing the clarity of the sapphire crystal. Now the watch comes in 3 different colors. There's a blue, there's a gray with black markers, and then there's this salmon dial. Now I asked to see the salmon. I wanted to see this bright color because I don't see this shade very often from almost any brand. It's not quite salmon, it's not quite pink, it's not quite peach. It's a unique shade. And the color saturation is really nice. In fact, I think this one would be my pick because, I don't know, it's just a little bit different. And I'm kind of drawn toward the watches that are just a little bit off the beaten path. But yes, it does come in 3 different color executions. And it will have their Caliber 400 in-house movement. And let's spend a minute and talk about this. We have 30 plus non-ferrous components, including the escapement. They're going to be anti-magnetic. In fact, these watches, these movements are tested to a threshold of 2,250 Gauss, and they have to meet a certain threshold when it comes to acceptable daily deviation, being subjected to that high, ridiculous level of magnetic flux. And so it's a very anti-magnetic movement, and we have a 5-day power reserve, or 120 hours of power reserve that is held in twin barrels. The movement is adjusted or regulated in 5 different positions, and it's regulated to a tolerance of -3 to +5 seconds per day, which is a little bit tighter than COSC levels of accuracy. Those ones are -4 to +6 seconds per day. So I like the fact that it's really well dialed in. It carries the long power reserve. It carries the anti-magnetic features that we like to see as watch enthusiasts. And it also has a 10-year warranty with a recommended service interval of a decade. So if you buy one, you won't need a service till 2032, which just kind of crazy when I think about it. or put it that way. But continuing with the movement, you guys can see it carries a rather industrial toolish finish, which I think is appropriate for this aviation sports piece done in titanium. You know, it's not classically beautiful with, you know, thermally blued screws and Geneva striping and micro perlage work and whatnot. But there is kind of a stark attractiveness to it with this industrial finish that I think, again, is appropriate with a sport watch. And if you look at the form here, if you use your imagination, you can see with some of the components, including the double barrels, and then this rotor, the skeletonized rotor, you can see the bear, the mascot for the brand. In fact, I have a couple mugs over there on the bookshelf that have the mascot for Oris. And so it's pretty cool to see that little Easter egg hidden in the movement. But stepping back and taking a look at the watch as a whole, for 3,900 Swiss francs, and being released in April of 2022. So just, you know, a day from now, if you're watching this video on its debut date, we have a very strong watch that you can wear in almost any situation. It's lightweight, it's anti-corrosive, it's hypoallergenic, it's comfortable. And then we have the good anti-reflective treatment. We have a well laid out dial, date at the 6 o'clock position, all of the goodies of the movement, the warranty, the accuracy, you know, all of that stuff. And then you can choose from 2 conservative dial options or the loud salmon dial color. And I think my favorite part about this watch would be, it's a couple things. It's the overall modern angular nature of the design, including, you know, the articulating bracelet, the end links, the twisted or the turbine textured bezel, the fluted bezel. It's those general elements, but at the same time, it's also that clasp, that spring-loaded clasp that has such, I don't know, a satisfying action. That titanium lever that you just, you know, you lift to open, it just, you know, snaps right back into position. There's something nice about that. Again, tying into the aviation theme here, Oris has gone fairly heavy with their aviation pieces. We got the updated Big Crown pointer date with the full bronze bracelet. We have obviously this PPX caliber 400. We had the Servo Volante collaboration at the end of 2021. I like the fact that they're working on their aviation pieces while also not, you know, neglecting their dive watches and some of the other types of models in their product catalog. And so this one has been fun to have hands-on with. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please reach out with questions that you might have. I'll do my best to answer those. There'll be links in the description to Oris's website where you guys can check out the watch and place your order and whatnot. So thank you again. Have a great day. I'll see you guys next time.